Now, U.S. Defense Secretary Mark Esper says any Turkish operation into northern Syria would be unacceptable. His comments come as U.S. and Turkish military officials meet for a second day in Ankara. Esper says while the U.S. will prevent any unilateral incursions, he hopes Washington and Ankara can reach an agreement. For more, Mithat Rende, Turkey's former ambassador to Qatar and the OECD, joins me now in the studio. Thanks so much for coming in. So President Erdogan has already said Turkey will do this alone if we can't reach an agreement. So are we looking at the unilateral action that the U.S. is warning against, and then what would the U.S. actually do to prevent it?
I think we should avoid harsh statements and communication through the media. So far, the American delegation hasn't been so forthcoming. The negotiations are continuing in Ankara. But let's face it, that Turkey and the United States do not see eye to eye regarding the establishment of a safe zone in the eastern northeastern part of Syria. They have different objectives. It seems that they have conflicting also approaches. Turkey has a threat assessment, which is not probably shared by the United States. So what we need is they should get together, continue the dialogue and negotiations to bridge the differences if they mean to jointly establish a safe zone.
Right. That threat assessment you're talking about, why is there this disconnect in what Turkey sees as an almost existential threat to security on its border with the YPG, and what the U.S. sees as something completely non-threatening to Turkey's security?
Well, YPG, PYD, is an offshoot of PKK. PKK is listed as a terrorist organization by the United States, by the European Union, and Turkey. So everybody knows that YPG has a hidden agenda in this part of Syria, and then they occupied, with the help and support of our allies, a huge part of Syria. They control the oil and the gas, natural gas, and also the waters. And they engaged in ethnic cleansing, and they are trying, in fact, the hidden agenda, what I mean is that they are after establishing or carving up a kind of statelet. And it's not good for the stability and peace in the region. And also this very terrorist organization is threatening Turkey's security, and they have been provided with thousands of trucks of arms and equipment, military equipment, and they're digging in their trenches. So something has to be done, because this is why the threat is imminent from Turkey's point of view. From the U.S. point of view, the United States, our allies, just think that they fought together in order to eliminate ISIS. But the United States should also acknowledge the fact that others have fought ISIS. Turkey, and also the Iraqis, and even the Iranians, right, they all fought ISIS.
You didn't sound optimistic necessarily, but I mean, will some kind of agreement be reached? Are the right people in place to negotiate something?
Well, we hope that common sense will prevail, because we are allies. We have worked together through working together for so many decades. The European Union and Europe as a whole prospered thanks to Turkey and US. They work together and they provide the necessary atmosphere and the environment for Europe to prosper and industrialize and to become a kind of zone of peace. Now the time has come for us to work together in the Middle East, because if we let every single entity like this, non-state actors, religious minorities or ethnic minorities, to try to establish their own autonomous republics, then we are in deep trouble, and then peace will not prevail in the Middle East, unfortunately.
Mithat
So
Rende,
we have to work together
with
the United States.
Thank you so much for coming in. We greatly appreciate it.